Well, this clip is in continuation with my previous video in which I discussed something about long COVID, and I ended up with a note that we will talk something more about a part of long COVID, namely brain fog. So, is this a separate disease or a condition? This is not a separate condition, this is not a separate entity. It's been there with many diseases as an after effect. Unexpectedly, they're getting hospitalized patients. When they recover, this type of brain fog, usually people, they have. But why then we are talking here? We are actually worried about COVID, and when something follows after COVID, we have lot of doubts in our mind. Clarifying your doubts. Any specific symptoms for this? As I told you, it is not a medical condition, and remember one thing, all these symptoms, signs, the experiences do not indicate there is a damage in any part of your organ. Most of the experiences, signs, and symptoms are a different perception one, and they do not have any physical problem as such. Everything is something concerned. I cannot say concerned with the brain, but it is concerned with your mind. So, what are the common symptoms you experience if you have this long COVID? And in this long COVID, if you have this problem, brain fog, it's a collection of symptoms of many other medical conditions actually. And it's a type of cognitive dysfunction. What is that cognitive dysfunction? What I mean by cognitive dysfunction. One is memory problems, forgetfulness. This happens for everyone, especially when you are tensed and when you are putting a lot of input into your mind and when you want to do a lot of things at a time. And this happens for everyone. Memory problems. Then, lack of mental clarity. What does that clarity means? You want to do something, you plan something, you know what is first, what is next, how to do it fast, how to do it perfect, and how to do it in a systematic way. These are all mental clarity when you start any work. If something happens in this sequence of events, then you are not clear in your approach. You feel, oh God, how I missed this, why I did this I should have done next to that, something like that. This is mental clarity, a lack of mental clarity. Poor concentration, of course, this is everybody's problem. And concentration means what? You are not able to focus in a particular sense. When you are doing something, another thing comes in here, and suddenly you get away from the atmosphere where you are, and you are getting away from the thought process. Suddenly there is a lack, there is a gap, there is a missing link, and you forget, oh God, I'm not able to concentrate. So, when concentration is lacking, mistakes will be there, either receiving or doing. When you are concentrating a lecture, if you miss that, the continuity will be lost. So, poor concentration. Focusing, inability to focus. What is that focus? See, when you fix a target, when you fix a work, you want to do that work only. There may be a lot of distractions. There may be a lot of attractions coming in your way, but your focus will be your target and your goal and what you want to achieve. So, this focus is disturbed. Like a camera, you adjust the focal length, you adjust the aperture, and you adjust the light. Everything you adjust so that what you want to capture, you fix your point there. So, like an unfocused camera, your mind also is not able to focus to a particular point. So, what really happens? You are not able to reach your target or goal in a fixed time, in the time frame actually. So naturally you will get problem both domestic as well as in your official work also. So, inability to focus. And finally, people say, "Oh God, I'm exhausted. I'm not able to concentrate." The rate at which you do work slowly comes down. You feel, "I'm not able to complete this work in this time. Why? I was doing it previously in a short time. Why this happens? This work I have been doing for long, but suddenly why this time consuming for an work I have been doing?" Very simple. Because the mind is aware. You store a lot of facts, lot of intercommunications, lot of neural paths. Many inputs go there, and all the inputs are they are processed in the brain, and finally something is executed. When there is a traffic jam like this, definitely the processing center is confused now. Now it feels, "Oh God, I'm tired. I'm not able to do this. Please give me some rest." So what do you do when an engine gets hot? You stop the engine, relax, and finally you divert your thing and give a small gap and then again do this. This mental fatigue will go. And this mental fatigue is one of the very important and very common complaint many people experience in this long COVID or brain fog. Now, depending on the severity of these problems, memory, clarity, concentration, focus, fatigue, your performance will go off. If you are a person attending classes, definitely your concentration is lost, your performance is lost. If you are a teaching professional, your concentration is lost. You are not able to continue teaching as you used to be before COVID. Your work, the amount of work, the quantity of work, the fastness of doing work, the acceleration you see in your work, everything is lost. But remember, this is not a permanent fixture in your life. It's just a transient state of affairs. Okay, I have just broadly discussed about the experiences of people. Now, I would like to share some of the feelings expressed people who really suffer from this brain fog. The intention is not to scare you or not to see or not to say that everybody will get this problem, because all these problems are common to everyone, but the frequency of this problem and the number of people getting these problems after COVID is a small percentage of people only. But nobody knows whether you belong to that small percentage. So, what I'm going to tell you now is some of the experiences they themselves have told the doctor. These are the things I felt, doctor, I experienced, doctor. Can we see some of the experiences now? One of the person was searching for detergent in her refrigerator. Of course, she realized later. The other person lost track of the conversations while she was just talking. In the middle of the discussion or in the middle of the sentence, suddenly she forgot how she began the topic. So, what topic was being discussed? There was a block in the continuity. There was a blank look in the face about what I started talking. Then I ordered food, but suddenly I forgot that. And when the delivery boy knocked my door, I opened and asked, "Who ordered food?" Then we have to recollect all those things. You keep something in the stove, forgot to ignite it, and just came. Sometimes you keep something in the stove, got to switch off it, the thing is over. She totally forgot what you kept in the stove. Many people during discussion, During conversation, they've asked the other person to speak slowly, one at a time. Even in the normal pace of talking, they are not able to follow coherently. So, wait. Please a bit slow. This is another person's complaint. And because of all those experiences, there are many who are less inclined to meet people, hard to make eye to eye contact and talk. That confidence has gone with some people. And the person feels entirely different. The person thinks, oh, I am not the same person what I was before COVID. This is another person's experience. Another person found difficulty in processing information and not doing a multitasking, which the person used to be. Even one single task not able to complete. A person who was doing too many tasks at the same time with perfection now not able to do even a single task. So multitasking has become difficult. And another person had to read and reread emails to understand the contents. And she or he was handling too many clients at a time, but now finds difficult to handle even a single client at a time. But remember, gentlemen, all these are acceptable. But imagine, suppose you are prescribed drugs with an interval of 6 hours or 12 hours, whatever it may be, and you are taking too many drugs for too many problems. If you forget which drug to take at what time, is it not a big problem? Another issue is, suppose there is an elderly person, a dependent who depends on you for his medicines and all. If you forget to give a medicine to that particular dependent, or who is an elderly person who depends on you for everything, that will be that will create a real problem for you. The unfortunate thing, the pity is, and the most important thing is a condition. This condition, acceptance by the patient and also by the relatives, is very difficult. To convince them it's nothing, don't worry. So, as far as these symptoms are concerned, these experiences are concerned, you imagine everything depends on the thought process, the receiving process, the processing process, etc. So, finally, what are all involved here? Paying attention, remembering things, processing things, analyzing things, judging, evaluation, reasoning, problem solving, decision making. All these are involved or disturbed. Again, if you go through all these factors, one thing is sure, that these things are not due to any damage in any part of your brain. These are all some of the cognitive skill. A skill is something you developed, a technical work. A skill, you become a highly skilled person by practicing things. You were not born with all skills, but you acquired all these skills during your lifetime. In between, you acquired COVID also. Because you acquired COVID, all these skills you acquired, they are not forgotten things, but a simple thing, confusion. It is something like a troubled water. There will be waves up and down. Give some time. These waves will settle down, and you will see a clear thinking, clear path in which you will regain what all lost. You will regain the mental strength, you will regain the physical strength, and you will be back again into the track. Don't worry. Well, this is about in this video. In my next video, I will talk something about the basis for all these things, the abnormalities, why this happened, what really happened in the brain, and what really happened in the mind, how to get back all those skills we learned throughout life. In my next video, I will meet you with those facts. Thank you so much.